Fantastic, Salil. That is so helpful. And I mean, just, the exact question that our audience member asked about tricky questions, you've got a couple of lessons on exactly that topic in the course. So I think investing in this course, really is a good idea, so that people have the information they need to be successful in getting the job they want, which is going to be a return on that investment of at least 10x. So if we go then and we stick with Google, I mean, you've got this fantastic lesson here on Google as well as a platform in terms of showcasing your knowledge. So let's just maybe, touch then on, from a recruiter's perspective, what they're likely to ask you. And this, we assume, is a knowledgeable recruiter that understands these platforms. Let's just go a little bit deeper then into testing a Google knowledge, and maybe just use a couple of the points on the slide that you use in your lesson on this topic, Salil.
Yeah, so Google will always be split in an interview between organic aspect of Google, which is the search engine optimization aspect, and the ad aspect, which is the paid or SEM, search engine marketing aspect. So you'll have to be either interviewing for Google in general, but usually you interview for Google in terms of your SEO role, where you work on organic aspect, or you work on ads and optimizing the campaign. So first, it'll be the interview questions, or the interview will be split between those two. Now let's get into search engine optimization. The first question will always be, what are the factors that go into search engine optimization? Because these are the things that are relevant. And this is where your time is to articulate your knowledge of search engine optimization by talking about that there are a lot of factors, and pick a few factors and then talk about those factors. For example, start with authority ranking, start with backlinks. You can talk about on-page SEO, keywords, title, H1, H2, the top titles, then body of the aspect of it. Then talk about creating a link tree for those web, creating those backlinks. So all of this is SEO. Split it into on-page SEO, where you talk about all the things that you can do on the page itself. I always like to personally use tools that help me optimize my on-page SEOs because there are a lot of factors. So Yoast SEO is a great tool on the website that helps you optimize that. It'll tell you, how your sentence structure is, what grammar you're using, the length of sentences, and all of that. So that is on-page SEO. And then we move on to off-page SEO, where it's more about, we have to generate more backlinks, get more people to refer to the website, get our authority ranking, get higher authority ranking websites to refer us as authoritative content that has credibility, be guest blogger on other blogs. So all of that is off-page SEO, right? So you have to give this sort of complete answer when it comes to Google of on-page, off-page, SEO, what are the factors, and that convinces the recruiter that they understand SEO, they understand the word, they understand the logic behind it. Now, when we move down the course, we go into the strategy aspect of it. So this is just telling that you know Google, right? But then how will you help the company grow on Google? That's the second part, that's the strategy. So there you talk about how you'll create a content strategy, which will help them grow their content, which will help them rank for long tail keywords. Then you talk about how you will create a backlink strategy where you'll grow the number of links. So all of this is part of the course where we talk about the platform knowledge, strategy, and then how to align your strategy with the company's goals and company's objectives. So for example, you can see in this lecture about alignment with company goals. The question is, what is the company's brand or product? But then the second question is, what is the company's goals? So for example, it's increase sales. Now you have to give a Google SEO strategy that will help them grow their sales. But on the other hand, a company can be launching a new product. Let's say they launch a new innovative hair care product. Now the company's goal will be education. Now the best way to educate anyone on Google is through creating blogs and content, because that content is educational, informational, and will help you educate, right? Now here, going straight to sales and running ads will not be efficient, but a good content strategy will be more efficient. So that's where you have to understand the platform, understand the strategy, and then combine them with what the company wants of you in terms of what product they're selling, what their objectives are, and what the company's goals are. And that combination is what you pitch. And I think, Peter, there's also a lecture on how to create a pitch of combining all these things, where I give you multiple pitches that you can give any recruiter. And that's how we sort of bring the course together, and that's how you learn to sell on our platform.
Yeah, Salil, I just love your point there about Instagram being a great platform for selling makeup, because my sense is that Instagram is very much around that, photographic sort of fashion and design and sort of modeling, sort of type of audience, and seems to be the platform of choice for people to, really share those amazing photographs from all of those industries. So just valuable insight there, in terms of aligning to the company goals and then picking the right platform and having the right digital marketing approach based on what the company are.